What's up, everybody? Good morning, and welcome back to the Second Street Marvel for the morning movie chat. I hope you're all having a very good day today, as we are here on Friday the 14th. Whew, man, really? Friday the 14th? Imagine if it was, I don't know. Friday the 14th, Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you, and, well, don't be my Valentine. I've already got one of those already, but hopefully you have one too. If you don't, hey, it's all good. That probably means you're living it up, living the single life. Isn't that what everybody wants to do these days? Isn't that what everybody's after? That single life? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I'm perfectly content here at the house with my kids, my wife, and and what we're doing here. Me and you and all of us together, coming together to talk about all of these things that we love, being movies here, mostly on the morning movie chat, and comic books and just other things out there. I hope you're all having a very good day today. So let's see who all we got here this morning. It looks like we've got Ryan H, Den of Nerds, executive producer. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you're having a very good day. Vlad Riot says hello. They go fruity on us. We'll get into that in just a minute. But one thing I would like to let you all know is I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. You can see all those names there on the bottom. These people give their hard-earned dollars and donate, that money to the channel via Patreon every month. And, thank you to all of those people. And you too can become a monthly Patreon supporter for as little as $1 a month. You can get some exclusive content over there. So you might want to check that out. You might also check out my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also do that as well. If you want to do that, you might want to go and check out at Second Street Marvel right there. Just type it in. Just at Second Street Marvel. Whether you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram or Twitter, just like at Second Street. I own that. I own that. Can you believe that? Nobody else came up with that name. Nobody else came up with that name but me. I know. It was genius, right? Like it was a name nobody else was going after. I don't know. What can you say? I've got it. In case you can't tell, I'm in a very playful mood this morning. I hope you're all having a good day. Speaking of going fruity on us, yes. We'll go ahead and get into that. Captain Pennsylvania, how are you doing today? Downright Nerdy Podcast says good morning. Hope everyone is having a great Friday. Hope you're having a great Friday as well. Downright Nerdy Podcast. I almost said Codpast. Captain Pennsylvania says it's still not woke. Needs some of that good coffee. Yes, and make sure you have plenty of water too. Make sure you have your water. Stay hydrated. Vlad, what's up? Says it's Valentine's Day. Didn't even know. Yeah, apparently so. Apparently it is. So I don't know what that means for today. I don't think we have any steaks that are all marinated and ready to go for me to grill tonight. Maybe that's something my wife is gonna do. Maybe she's gonna go pick some up and get them marinated, and we're gonna make oh yeah, I'm gonna make some great steaks tonight. Then again, maybe it's tomorrow too, cause she'll be off, I'll be off. Hey, who knows? But yeah, guys, wanted to start off. Yesterday we were talking about Hollywood and its woke agenda. Oh my God, right? We were talking a little bit about that and how well, I guess how that's been going, and mostly when it comes down to it, it's something that we're going to talk maybe a little bit more about here lately or later today. But then we're going to talk about something else on Monday as well. We got something on Monday. We're probably going to talk about like tokenized characters in these movies and whether it's a good or bad thing, and can it be good? Can it be good? That's what we're going to be doing there. So, what we've got going on today is we've got this little story. It's funny because I actually read this story and then I seen Josh over on the Den of Nerds Live talked about this exact same thing later. Like I don't know, it was probably like 10 minutes later after I seen this story. You know what I did, guys? I took the plunge, and I went to Reddit. And I looked up some stuff. You wouldn't believe it, but yes, I did. And I found this story from Men's Health. Oh, what is that? How come that's not popping up? Where'd that go? Did we just miss that? Okay, I don't know. It's not showing up on there. $5 super chat from the from the Den of Nerds Live says, but Parasite isn't an American movie. Oh man, yes. No, let's not bring that guy any more attention. If we're gonna bring him attention over anything, we need to bring him attention to get him a new car and, teach his dad to be a better mechanic after he bought a lemon that was suggested by his father, who was a mechanic for 30 plus years. Suggested his son buy a lemon from his best friend. Yeah, Parasite is an American movie. That's hilarious. That really is funny. And I watched that full video. I believe Malone Kulik sent that in here the other day and was talking about that. I was like, what? And he sent that in. So, yeah, guys, what we got here today is I finally hopped on the old Reddits. You guys know how much I love Reddit and all of those kinds of things. In case you don't, hey, I mean, maybe you should you should learn about that. I'm not very fond of these kinds of things, but there is this article that came out. This was back in December of 2019, where we were talking about Brian Tyree Henry is playing the MCU's first openly gay superhero in the Eternals movie, right? Like MCU. Oh no, they're going woke, right? Ah! All right, so we've probably, I don't know, who knows? There's probably been a million videos made about this already. Where Brian Tyree Henry is playing this part in the Eternals film, that he's going to be playing an openly gay character. And I'm not going to read this whole article to you because this is only a small part of the conversation. And besides, this is old news anyway. This is from December. Look at that. This is from December. All right, so we're only going to talk about that as far as, this was announced that he's going to be the first openly gay character. They're saying in this article, it says, while a number of rumors seem to point towards Richard Madden being Marvel's first openly gay superhero after he was cast in the leading role of Icarus, footage from the movie, which was screened at CCXP 2019 this week, seemingly just revealed that another core member of the Eternals will be in a same-sex relationship. Phastos, played by Brian Tyree Henry, is shown in the trailer holding hands with a male partner, with the pair accompanied by 2 kids. Oh no! That's it, folks. It's over. The MCU has gone full woke. Confirmed. Okay, this is the small part of the story here. This is really just a little bit of it. We see, this was clear back in December, so this is really old news. But what we got here is dun dun dun, this other little article right here on the newnow.next.com, talking to Haz Slyman on A Little America and kissing Marvel's first gay superhero. Oh my God, Becky. Look at that. The actor is a proud queer Muslim, a proud total bottom, and proud to be banging Phastos in the MCU. This is being written by Lawrence Ferber on 2/13 of 2020. That was just yesterday. Haz Slyman left his homeland of Lebanon at age 21 to live his life openly, and he's found freedom and family in Hollywood, specifically in one of its hottest commodities, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. However, before he earns a new legion of fans playing the husband of the MCU's first gay superhero in November's The Eternals, you can catch him in The Sun, a standout episode from the acclaimed Apple TV Plus anthology series Little America, which chronicles the immigrant experience in the United States. The show was greenlit for a second season in December, a month before the first season premiered. So they're in here talking to this guy. He's a total bottom. He's going after it, man. He's out there. You know what that means. So they're here, they're talking to him about it, about his shows and everything, and just about stuff. And here it is, oh my God, right here! Oh, I should have brought Myrtle on for this, man. Oh, I should have brought Myrtle on for this. Can you guys give me 5 minutes to go get Myrtle? It says, but here's where it starts off at. Here's where it starts off at. Um, Am I in the wrong part here? Okay, I think here we go. I heard the Little America shoot was moved to Canada over concerns that actors from countries on the U.S. travel ban wouldn't be able to enter the U.S., including Adam Ali, a UK citizen who was born in Libya. And he says, yes, oh my God, I loved Adam. He was in the closet before we shot the episode. When we filmed, he explained to me that it was his way of coming out, so it was a big deal for him. He was afraid how his family would react, so it was really special for me and Stephen Dunn to hold his hand throughout the process because we saw ourselves in him. That's, hey, I get it. That's not they can all sympathize with that. I mean, they all completely understand. They've all been there. He's saying his character Zane is more comfortable in his own skin than Rafik. When we shot it, he was 21 and I was 42, and so it's so much better for young people now with social media. RuPaul's Drag Race and these big blockbuster movies about gay people. I just shot a Marvel film with the first openly gay superhero, the Eternals. Dun dun dun. I'm married to the gay superhero Phastos, played by Atlanta's Brian Tyree Henry, and we represent a gay family and have a child. Oh my God. This is like stuff that don't happen in the real world, right, guys? Where's Myrtle at so we can bring him in and do his skit? Oh my God! Oh my God! I can't even do it as good as he does. So cringe, so cringe. See, I'm just not a good actor. I'm just not a good actor. I can't do that. I'm what they call a bad actor. So we'll also get a gay kiss in the Eternals? He answers, oh yeah, absolutely, and it's beautiful, very moving kiss. Everyone cried on set. For me, it's very important to show how loving and beautiful a queer family can be. Brian Tyree Henry is such a tremendous actor and brought so much beauty into this part. And at one point, I saw a child in his eyes. And I think it's important for the world to be reminded that we in the queer community were all children at one point. We forget that because we're always depicted as sexual or rebellious. We forget to connect on that human part. Man, I sense, I can't wait till this article gets out. I sense a lot of clickbait videos coming out of this. I really do. Especially this part. No. I'm not even, no, I'm not. I'm not going there, guys. I'm not going there. We'll let somebody else go there. Because we know they probably will. We know they probably will, guys. Anyway, so yeah, this article is really all about, it's just an interview with this guy, this actor, by Now Movement. I don't know, whatever.com that was. I said it before I read it. You can go check it out for yourself. They're interviewing this guy he's in the thumbnail. He's in the thumbnail I made. He's going to be playing this actor who is married to Phastos in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and there's going to be a queer kiss on screen. Oh man, guys, let me know down in the comments below, guys. How big of a deal do you think this is? I want to know, seriously, and I'm being serious. I'm not trying to make fun of any of this. How big of a deal do you guys think this is? Because I could see, like, it's a big deal. It's a pretty big deal. But how big of a deal is it to you? Me, myself, there's so many different ways I feel about this. You know what I mean? Because, like, for one, like, I see things like this as this is the real world in the first place. There's gay couples out there, they kiss. There's gay couples that have kids. and things like that. Whether adopted or they've had a kid, with another man or another woman. Just like out there in the world. So I mean, that's just the world we live in, right? But then we also get, oh man, hold on, guys, sorry, this thing's acting up. There we go. There we go. For whatever reason, the chat wasn't wasn't refreshing there. This is the real world. This is what we live. I mean, this goes on right outside our front doors. You know what I mean? That's it's just part of life. Just things that are going on out there in the world. AFK Bard sends in a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, I don't mind it, but I know many will. Hopefully, it will be a scene they can't cut out for other countries. And yeah, and I heard something about that. Like, this could be something that would be not be able to be seen, I believe, in China. I don't know enough about those things. I don't really pay attention to China in that way, I guess. But yeah, I mean, if they do that, obviously, if it's something that they're willing to cut out to just for it to air in one country or anything like that, or one specific part of the globe, then that means just don't put it in there. But is it a bad thing? I don't think it's a bad thing. Like I said, it's one thing because it's already out there in our real world. Now the argument comes into kind of what we were talking about yesterday too, with like race swapping characters, gender changes, all that different stuff. It really comes in there. And the thing is why this is a big deal is because it's going on in the MCU, right? Because it's going on in the MCU on this big stage, this big thing that people are now wanting to. People who aren't part of the comic book culture are now wanting to jump on board, getting into these things. Because it helps them get influence in things out there in the world. And hey, that makes sense that people would want to do that. You know what I mean? You want to, if you have message, things you want to say, your own personal agenda and stuff like that. You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna try to get in any successful position you can to be able to have the biggest platform possible. That's what anybody does with any message they want to do, whether it's something that you agree with or not. And I think that's what a lot of this kinds of stuff comes down to is whether it's something you agree with or not. We see a lot of people these days talk about not wanting politics in their movies, not wanting this in their movies, not wanting that in their movies. A lot of times the thing is what it is it's because what they see in the movies is something that they don't agree with. It's not their point of view, therefore it shouldn't be there. To me, that's what happens a lot of times when we see that stuff, that kind of talk coming in. People arguing about that in movies and in comic books and things like that. It's not their their personal beliefs or their political agenda or whatnot. So they don't agree with it, so they don't want to see it. But if it was theirs, they do want to see it. Like they don't have as big of a problem with it, where the other side will. Right? But that's just really how it is. That's ultimately what it comes down to. Now, the thing is does this mean the MCU has gone full woke? No, I don't think so. This is just, it's a kiss. How big of a deal are they going to make it on screen? That's what I kind of wonder. You know what I mean? That's what I kind of wonder. Because if it's just like, how do we know that's not just something that goes on in the background, like, ooh, you know what I'm talking about? Kind of like in Star Wars. Remember how the screen was just kind of panning across, like, you've seen it. You've seen it, and it was there, but it wasn't highlighted. It was, but it was highlighted enough that it was kind of happening. It wasn't happening in the background. It was still kind of in the foreground. It was kind of in that mid-ground. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. In Star Wars, they had the kiss in there too. They had the kiss in there too. So obviously, we see they're going this route anyway. The thing is like, how's it done? And but the bigger point is does it really matter? The thing is, for most of us out there, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? The thing I will say is, one thing is most of the time in the MCU, we don't see relationships and these kinds of things in the MCU anyway. We don't really see a lot of, not necessarily family dynamics, but like we don't see a whole bunch of like the kissing and all that stuff. We barely even see Tony Stark and Pepper Potts kiss in the MCU. We barely see Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter kiss in the MCU. You know what I mean? So it's never really a big highlight in these films and things. You know what I mean? So it to me it's to me it may come down to how they do it in the movie. Is it something that they're gonna do big and highlight it? Because they never really did that much with the other relationships that they've shown so far in the MCU. You know what I mean? So that's one big thing out there for me is and that's really how it is with a lot of these things is how is it presented? You know what I mean? I think that's the biggest deal for a lot of people. But it's a big deal in this sense because they are putting this into into the MCU, into an MCU film, a Marvel Studios film, right? In this big family film that people are going to take their families and everything out there. And we know that a lot of people have very strong feelings when it comes to these kinds of things and these kinds of subjects. And then taking their kids to see a movie that has that on screen, they may not want to do that. There's plenty of people out there who don't want to see that, who don't want to see that on screen, and just who don't want to, and a lot of them, there's plenty of people out there who don't have any problems with it, who are okay with that, just they don't want to see that on screen, and if they're taking their kids and stuff like that. I mean, there's so many varying degrees, so many different opinions when it comes to these kinds of things. So, this happening in the MCU, is it a big deal? Absolutely, it's a big deal. It's also absolutely a big deal for all those people out there who they're all out there trying to push their own agendas as well, and they're trying to bring up other people's agendas and things like that. And hey, that's all good, man. That's what YouTube is here for, right? It's here for us to get those clicks, those views from those provocative headlines and those provocative thumbnails, right? Right? Is that how I got you here today? So it is a pretty big deal. Is it something I myself care about? I'm not, I don't like for me, I don't really care about these things. Like, do I want to see them on screen? I don't care if it's there. Do I want to see it? No, not really. Just because when I'm watching most of these movies, I don't want to see them sitting there kissing and all that kind of stuff. I don't care whether it's a straight kiss or not. Like, I'm just like, can we just get on with the action and the story here? Give me something good. That's what I want. I want a good. But I get it. Maybe we got to get involved in a little bit of family lives and things like that. But like I don't care if it's a straight kiss or a gay kiss or whatever in any of these movies. I just want give me some action, give me some fighting, give me some cool stuff, give me some good dialogue and stuff in between that stuff. That's gonna build the story. Some of that good drama. I don't want none of this pillow talk and all that stuff. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like. They said in the article that it shows them holding hands, and they got a kid, they give a kiss, and is it, what kind of kiss is it? Are they going all full tongues, or are they going? Is it just like a little peck on the cheek? Like, I don't know, man. We won't know until we see it. We won't know until we see it. But for me, like I said, I don't want to see that on the screen anyway. Like, no matter what it is, I don't need to see the love scenes and all that. Just get out of here with that. Bring me some action, bring me some story, bring me some just good stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want any of that other stuff on there, man. Now, if it deals with love dynamics, people fall in love with each other and stuff like that, that kind of stuff that you get out of all the chick flicks. I mean, save that for a chick flick, man. I mean, very little. We get very little of actual relationships like that in the MCU anyway. So for it to be highlighted, it does fall on the little bit side of ridiculous. Is it something that we all figured was going to happen? Yeah, of course. But believe me when I say it is a big deal. It's a big deal for a lot of people. It's a big deal for people who don't want to see this on screen. It's a big deal for people out there pushing who don't want to see it or pushing their own narratives. It's also a big deal for people who want to be represented on screen in the MCU and all these places too. So no matter how you feel about it, this is actually a big deal, right? I don't care where you fall on this issue. It's a big deal, right? It is. But I don't know. For me, it's not a big deal. Like I'm gonna boycott this movie. I'm not gonna go see it. No. As far as the movie itself is concerned, yeah, I mean, I don't care. But as far as like the MCU and stuff like that, it's again, to me, it's something that's unnecessary because I think showing that side of all this stuff, it's a little unnecessary. I mean, I guess it's necessary to show that people are in love and have families and all that stuff. So I don't know. It just really kind of, I don't know. I guess it's one of those things where I kind of have mixed feelings about Because, like I said, in these films, I don't care about that kind of stuff. I just want to see some action. I just want to see some drama. You know what I'm saying? I want to see like Captain America, Winter Soldier. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see Stucky in the middle of all of that. You know what I mean? You guys want to see Stucky? Don't act like you don't know what Stucky is. The shipping of Steve and Bucky. I don't want to see that. I would rather see Steve and Bucky fighting. I'd rather see Steve and Bucky fighting. I feel like I should have went and woke up Myrtle for this, man. I should have went and woke up Myrtle. Anyway, guys, that's enough on that. We went on. What did we went on for almost a half hour about that? Because Hollywood's going woke. The MCU's going woke. Oh man. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here. If you are here, please make sure that you smash that like button. You know, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like what we're saying, give it a thumbs down. I can't think I've really said anything bad or anything. Have I? I don't think so. So yeah, we got these, we're going to have the first openly gay kiss in the MCU coming up next year. Or no, that's not even next year. That's this year, folks. Later this year. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about it? I'm sure everybody feels different ways about it. Has different ways they feel about that, and that I completely get it, because when it comes to these kinds of things, people have so many different feelings when it comes to these kinds of things. I mean, I know I do. I'm sure you do as well. And let's talk about it down in the chats. But hey, guys, it's okay no matter how you feel about it. Be nice to each other. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's not going to help fighting in the comments anyway if you decide to. But I think most of you all people that show up here are all cool people, man. Vlad Rice said, well, he paid you $5 just to tell you that. I wish I had a girlfriend like that. I would be rich. Oh, man, I must have forgot where we were. Ryan says, damn it, Chet. That's funny. Okay, let's see. We got Perp Minded here, Tara, Vlad Riot, Ryan H, Wookiee Supremacy says, good morning, true believers. That's for those of you who didn't understand the Wookiee that I just spoke. I just translate it for you in English. Paperboy, no! James says, what in the world of wokeness? Damn near just lost $400 a $400 hand cart. What? Oh man. Let's see who else showed up. I see everybody's was pretty much saying good morning. I'm a little behind here on the chats as we went on about that. Queer Muslim in the Mideast, they call that a victim. Vlad Riot says, so Lawrence kissed the first gay superhero. So Lawrence kissed Lawrence. Man, I must have missed that one. I don't know. I'm sure I'm missing something in there. Are we talking about Jennifer Lawrence? Are we talking about X-Men here? Are we talking about... No, that wouldn't have been Iceman. No, because that would have been... Yeah, anyway, I'm not sure where that's racist. Let's see, Vlad Rice says, Muslim hunt Christians all over the world, and you think they don't hunt gay people too? Yeah, I honestly don't know. You know what? Gotta be honest. I don't stay up on that kinds of stuff. But I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, because that's how serious a lot of people and cultures and things like that around the world take this stuff, though, too. It's seriously. But I mean, he does say in that article a lot, basically being persecuted in his home country and everything. So yeah, I mean, believable. All that's believable. Hey y'all, what I miss? Says AFK Bard. Nothing much. Just talking about this article that came out on ownowbrowncow.com or something. Just talking about the first openly gay kiss in the MCU. Am I the only one that doesn't give a shit what anyone does with their various orifices? Yeah, I'm not. When you put it like that, no, I don't really care. You do what you want to do. You know what I mean? It's your body. It's your life. You know? I think, yeah. It's my life, and I do what I want. That's kind of really the mantra for anybody, really. You don't have to push it on others, neither. You don't have to flaunt it in front of others. You know, it's all good. It's all good. Nobody cares that much. That's how I feel about it. Nobody cares that much. But Put some more zeros on the end, and and I'll tuck down 3 guys. Oh man. Oh, you guys are being bad this morning. Wait, but isn't kissing on screen sexualizing it too? I think so. I mean, it just kind of depends. That's why I say we don't know. I mean, are they going full on? Are they going full on Frenchies, or is it just like a little peck on the cheek? Is it a little peck? Is it just a little peck on the lips? Like I don't know. I don't know. Um, um, he says, hey Cap, meh, ignore me, I'm in a mood. No, I get you. No, it's all good. But yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. I'm kind of sick of hearing what Hollywood does with their holes. Yeah, yeah, for real. And that's true. I'm right there with you. Like I said, most of this stuff doesn't matter. And this article that I was reading to you, where they were interviewing this co-star in The Eternals, it was from a website. It was from a site. I think it was. I can't remember what it was now. New Me Now, Now Me Now. Let's find out what that. Let's find out what that was again. Let's go back here. Let's go back here and check that out. It was logo. Newnow.next.com. That's what it was. Newnow.next.com. But yeah, this is what they do though. It seems like that's their that's what they like. It's logo, right? Isn't that it? It says logo dot new now next. I mean, isn't that wasn't that a imprint of MTV or something like that? That's like their gay imprint stuff, I think, or LGBTQ imprint, as far as I know. So I mean, that's why they would be talking a lot about that in that article. It's not from your traditional Hollywood Reporter or Vogue or whatever else there is out there, Variety or anything like that. But I'm sure we got this covered. We'll be covering this one. I'm being mad. I'm being mean now. I'm in the future, only gay people will watch TV shows and movies. The rest of the world will, I don't know, read comics. Maybe so. Like we said in the core, if you, I don't care if you F straight as long as you can shoot straight. Right. Absolutely. Perp minded says emasculating black men, nothing new in Hollywood. Yeah, wasn't it? What was that movie that came out last year, the year before? I never watched that one. I was interested in seeing it though. Moonlight? Was that the name of it? Moonlight? Midnight. I can't remember. I'm sick of being pushed in everything. Yes, definitely. Long box diving. Hello, how are you doing today? Captain Pennsylvania says people are making a huge deal, but it's nothing to me. I'm in Atlanta. I see gay kisses every day. Right? Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. That's how I feel about it. Is like the one thing like. Because we know the MCU is a big stage. I mean, and people are going there just for that stage who aren't even into comic book culture and anything like that. But they're trying to get into the Marvel Studios, into the MCU, all these different things. We've seen that writer for the Black Widow movie, Jack Schaefer, had actually said in an interview where she didn't care about comic book culture or anything like that. She didn't care about comic books until this opportunity came up for her to get in, and she thought it would be a good stage for her to get out there and get her message out there to the world. So people who aren't even into that's another part of the conversation too, is people who are out there just doing that. I mean, they're just out there trying to bring in, have their own have a bigger platform to push their their personal politics. The thing I feel about that is when it comes to people's personal politics, what they want to say and represent out there on screen and things like that is the same thing I would in comic books. Create a new character, create your own story, or in this case, build your own audience. You know what I mean? Just like I've kind of done with the channel here. I've built my own audience, kind of, with a lot of people's help. You know what I mean? Reaching out, meeting different people, new people, getting, just different people out there in the fan community, and then we all kind of come together and, we do collaborations together, been part of, different panels and things like that. I mean, you just kind of build a community and, you gain people like that. You build and grow your own audience. You know what I mean? But we can see here that, people, want to come into this because it's big and it's popular right now. So people kind of want to, I don't necessarily want to say they want to invade it, but that's kind of what it is they kind of want to take it over to use for pushing their own messages, and that's what this Jack Schaefer has said in an interview. So there's I don't know there's like I said, it's out there in the real world anyway. But how thick do you need to lay it on? And I don't know. There's a lot of things that really go hand in hand with this, and that's why I say these are interesting conversations to have when it comes down to these kinds of things. Wookiee Supremacy says, I watch plenty of LGBT movies, but they're usually free on the internet instead of a Ultra Star. Okay, I see what you're saying. Like not like fan made, but like I see. I think I know what you're saying. E equals MCU says it's not a big deal, but I do have a problem with them emasculating black men. Yeah, I mean, hey, we still got Black Panther, man. Come on, we still got Black Panther. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, and I don't think it's a big deal neither. But yeah, I see what you're saying there too with the rest of that. As long as they don't make it a focus in the film, I guess I don't give a shit. Yeah, and I feel the same way, a duder. Like, and that's the thing is, I don't feel that they need to make it a big focus because they don't make any relationships in the MCU a big focus. So it really shouldn't be. Cap, you've been seeing a lot of young thuggers. DKOT says, that's the issue, AFK Bart. If they really held these convictions, they wouldn't edit it out for anyone. Oh yeah, absolutely. If you're selling if your selling point for a character is who they're effing, race or gender, it's lame. Yeah, absolutely. China isn't down with the gay stuff. Oh yeah, they're definitely not. And what else is it they do there? Isn't it like time travel movies or something like that too? They have a problem with or something, or I can't remember. I'm not sure if that's still a thing or not. I remember there was a bunch of clickbait articles out there about that a while back. Then they don't get a movie if virtual signaling is real, but it's not. China isn't down with anything. Just make a good movie. That's what it's all about. They definitely not down with OPP, right? Oh, not since '93. Okay, James says a lot of times what people call politics is an issue, not really political, rather social. Right, absolutely, James, completely. I hear you. People keep telling me Brokeback is a good movie. I still can't sit through it. I'm not sure if I've actually seen all of it. I can't remember if I've actually seen all of it, but I did watch some of that. I watched some of it. AFK Bard donated $2. Thank you so much for that. It says China doesn't like ghosts. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, I don't think I've seen all of it either, Wookie. I don't think I've seen all that movie. MCU has gone full sus. Captain Pennsylvania says my political issue is with how barbarians aren't represented in the MCU. I'm looking at you, Conan. Yeah, you know what? Who knows? They might be coming into the MCU pretty quick, man. Who knows? That would be cool. It would be great to see Conan. It'd be great to see Conan in the MCU now that they own him again. It's not that I don't appreciate lesbians in movies. I watch them all the time, says Wookie. Now you're just being bad, Wookie. How far behind am I here on the chat here? Okay, we still got 15 minutes for this show, guys. So, let's see. I'm still a little behind here. Ken Mack, what's up? How are you doing? Let's see. I wasn't that far behind. Okay, yeah, I wasn't that far behind. I would love more Norse. Yes, the MCU took a Norse story and race swapped Norsemen. Oh, are we talking about Thor here? I'm guessing. Wookiee Supremacy says they haven't been made by Marvel though. Denner's Live says great points there. Thank you. I'm not sure what part that was on. I was flapping my gums for so long, and ignoring the chat. Dang it! And then I gotta get caught up. That's why we get Conan. Yeah, we need some Conan. Conan would be badass, but at this point, like, who would they get to play Conan? Like The Rock? They're gonna have to get The Rock to play everybody. I have a comic that has Cyclops making out with that one chick after Jean died, Psylocke, I think. Oh yeah, probably, yeah. Wow, my spelling today. It's all good. It's all good. I can navigate it. I can navigate it. Believe me, I when I used to work at my old job, I had one of my supervisors. She typed. She even typed with an accent. She typed with an accent. So when I would read emails that she would type, I was like, "Here we go." And I learned. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm being serious. She typed with an accent too, so I would have to basically translate how would she say it? Like I would read it in her voice how she was saying it, so I could completely get it and understand it. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean, but that's how it was, and I got it. I understood it every single time. I understood it. But God, and what was she? I believe she was from El Salvador. I think they were El Salvadorian. But yeah, she typed with her El Salvadorian accent too. It's funny. Um, I was told that because white people don't really have a culture. Well, sure they do. It's because you're blanketing a bunch of cultures under one skin color. The same as a lot of people do with a lot of skin colors. Is they blanket them all under one skin color. That's really what it is. Because I mean, you've got your Irish, you've got your Germans, you've got your Danish, you've got your everybody. Like all these different there's all these different versions of white people out there. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why. I mean, because you don't have cultures. Because like it's you get it comes down to not skin color. It comes to what actual race are you, and that's the thing. That's why people always bring this stuff down to skin color, white, black, all this stuff is because like, and I've said this a lot too. Is I think really a lot of stuff exists these days because people truly don't know their own backgrounds. They don't know their actual own culture and where they're from. That's why people make a big deal about this skin color stuff. You know what I mean? That's why it's such a big deal. White, black, and all these different things. These generalizations as opposed to like the actual. Like, well, hey, I'm Danish, and we Danes. Like that's what I'm saying. So I think that's where a lot of that comes from is because people don't actually know their own backgrounds these days anyway. So it comes down to white people. Okay, well shit. What white people are there? Where's Whitelandia? I want to know where Whitelandia is so I can go and look into these people and find out what their culture is. The Whitelandians. Oh man. Okay, Cyclops can do what he wants. He's a boss. He's a boss. Yes. I'm gonna write a movie with nothing but gingers. Well, you could, but then I mean, they already did it. Brave. You ever seen Brave? By on Disney. Disney did that. It's a good one too. I like Brave. Brave is a good movie. But yeah, nothing but gingers. Can we get obviously Karen Gillan's gonna be in there. Woo! Can't wait for that. Ginger story. That's funny. New cat motto: keep it in the family. Yeah. Oh man, I know he does. James says yes, a movie with lesbian gingers because that's what I want to watch. Oh my God, you guys are just being bad now. Oh God. Of course, it's a lie. My entire bloodline comes from Norway. Nice. Deutschland and Denmark here. Did I say that right? Wookie, that's crazy. People say dumb stuff like that. Yeah, I can be tolerant. Don't mean I've got to accept it. Oh yeah, absolutely. And then, and I think a lot of people kind of mix a lot of those things up: tolerance and acceptance. You know what I mean? You can tolerate stuff without being accepting of something. There's a lot of people out there that are like that. They tolerate a lot of stuff, but it doesn't mean they're accepting of it of whatever it is. But I think tolerance is and that's fine. That's a good thing. I think a lot of people out there are like that, and I think that's where a lot of issues come from with like people like we were talking about in the article, with people being tolerant and being accepting, like family members when people come out, is because there are people in their families who may tolerate it. That doesn't mean they're accepting of it. Doesn't mean they like it and things like that. So I mean, I totally understand those kinds of things when it comes to like family kind of issues and things like that. I totally get that. I totally get that. Yeah, tolerance and acceptance, totally different thing. Totally different thing. I'm glad you brought that up because I'm glad you brought that up, Sith Lord, because that's something I've man, I think I've talked about. Maybe I didn't talk about that before on this show, but I've talked about that kind of stuff before and thought about it, like because tolerance isn't the same thing as acceptance. Let's see how far are we behind here? We got 9 minutes left to go. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We got to that one. Okay. Maybe we okay. Did we miss anything important here? I don't think we did here. Let's see. Anything I was tagged in. Let's see. A Duda review says, agree with all you say here. I guess they're in the process of normalizing it on the big screen. But like you say, who gives a shit? Well, I mean, a lot of people. Here's the thing at Duda reviews is a lot of people give a shit. Normalizing it on screen, that they're doing that as well. And that's what I'm saying. This can all it can. It's a double-edged sword here. Because, I mean, it's a bad thing and it's a good thing. I mean, it's good and bad depending on where you're standing, and what your views are on it. That's really what it comes down to, a duder. But who gives a shit? Everybody does. And that's the thing is everybody on this issue, on an issue like this, everybody gives a shit. It's just to what level and degree that they do. James, yes, that's funny. Can't two dudes just be friends and now Captain Pennsylvania says, Stucky? Would I want them to make out? That never happened. Oh, yeah, no. AFK Bart says, agree 2nd Street Marvel, the MCU is a series of adventure stories that don't focus on that relationship stuff. They have it in the stories, but it's never primary focus. They're going to alienate. And I think that's the problem, and that's the thing, like I was saying earlier with the politics thing, is that people like it when it's showing their views, and people don't like it when it's not showing their views. That's the difference. That's what really gets more people upset, is because I don't agree with this, so I don't want to see it. Where people on the other side would be like, well, I do agree with this, and I want to see it. That's ultimately always the argument, is what point of view you're looking at it from. We don't need MCU romance film. Whoever's tickling the pickle. Right. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. These movies shouldn't have that stuff in there. It should, I mean, the relationship, it should be in there in the sense that we understand that people have loved ones that they care about. They have friends, friendships, relationships, and things like that. But it being the overarching thing that has to be focused and concentrated on, I don't think so. Palanowicki says, it reminds me of the SNL sketch with Black Widow romantic comedy movie with Ultron. Oh, man, I don't remember that. And that sounds like that was probably back when SNL actually used to be pretty decent. Shows you hooky, canceling myself. Dylan's Comic Book Rants, thank you so much for being here. I am True Skills. I hope you're not turning into Robert Storms with that title. Just kidding. All right. Oh, yeah, no, that's funny. Ken Max says, Marvel has always had relationship stories, hence Wanda and Vision, as well as Forge and Storm, just as examples. Yeah, like in the comic books, yeah, absolutely. The thing is what we don't normally see, even in the comic books, is them, getting down, full-on love scenes and all of that stuff. It's never really like the huge focus. It usually comes down to things that they're saying, them being vocal with each other and being open in their relationships, just them expressing their love in those vocal kind of ways in the comic books. Not to say that, we haven't ever had love scenes or anything like that, because it happens. What's this full woke stuff? Jenner check! Says Snow Dub Music and Entertainment. How you doing, man? There's already plenty of gay superhero movies. They're just all on Pornhub. Wookie, you're being bad. Captain Pennsylvania says, we discuss kissing and nobody is talking about, I don't know, Silver Surfer sliding into the MCU. Now that's exciting. Yes. Silver Surfer would be great, man. They need to hurry and do all that. Like, I don't know. I don't want them to hurry, but like, there's so much stuff that could be going on, man, in the MCU. People that don't care about the medium shouldn't be writing movies about them. Absolutely agreed. 100%. Snowdub says the Oscars gets it right on Best Picture on average once a decade. 9 out of 10 times the Best Picture is politically persuaded by the Academy. Yeah, definitely. Bite your tongue, Sith. Oh, what I missed there. Silver Surfer would be nice to see again. Ooh, okay. I don't want Marvel touching the Surfer the way they are right now. Ken Max says you can turn on a new show or series without having to see a gay kiss scene. Whether it's Netflix to HBO, you can't turn on a new. Oh, you can't turn on a new. Yeah, yeah, agreed. And you know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like I said, for me, it's no big deal. But really, it's all in the way that it's done. But that comes down to just about everything. You know, all in the way it's done. All in the way it's done. Snowdub says Death's Head 2 is my favorite comic book character, but I'll never see him on the big screen. He's too cool. Yeah, I probably say I know they did a recent series of Death's Head and it wasn't all that great. Palanowiki says it's Disney movies don't do bad in China. It'll be Star Wars like Kiss they can cut easily. Right? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking if they do that. Coachella Coastal says Cyclops gets around. Let's see where else are we at here. Ooh, jumped again a little bit. Oh man. Okay. Ken Max says, "Don't worry, Disney will do a live version of Brave with all black cast, so they don't have any gingers." Oh man, you guys are being bad again today, man. But yeah, it's weird when they do that. Like I said, the ultimate thing comes down to just make new characters. You know, you can even make new characters within these worlds to put in there. You can even make new characters to put into the world. You can actually do a little bit of work and write new characters. That's okay. That's okay. You don't have to change pre-existing characters. That's really the ultimate. That's really the biggest deal. Amsterdam is full of Californians. James says, "Go to Barney's. One side has American breakfast. The other side is the cafe, coffee shop. Barney's, huh? For Friday night, go to Damp Cream. Damp Cream. Californians are deep in Georgia too. I mean, Trinity's okay, but Cali suck. Well, I was gonna say, I'm not Californian anyway. I'm not from California. I'm actually from the Midwest. I just live in California. Glad the coronavirus isn't hurting Sonic like it did Bop. The coronavirus. Like, is that why Birds of Prey is not doing good? Is the coronavirus? Oh man, Sonic is faster than the Corona. Oh god. Oh man. You guys are ready. You guys are ready here for Friday, aren't you? You guys are being sprightly here, man. Sprightly, is that a word? Is that something I can say? Sprightly? James says, "I'm a patriot and can't dismiss that population decrease would be good for everyone." Yeah, maybe so, but yeah, maybe so. Um, let's see. AFK Bart says, I hope that they don't do another origin story for Fantastic Four. They need to take a page from Spider-Man." Um, man, we were talking about this the other day on the DCEU things on Fanjexer's channel the other day, and it came down to the Batman thing. While I don't think that we need a full-blown origin film, I think we do still need enough of an origin and introduction to the characters to get us into them, to who they are as people, to get us to care about them before we can really get into that and actually care about them. That's a really tough one. But yeah, I mean, they're gonna have they have to do something to bring the characters in to really ground them and make you want to care about them, if you ask me. But I do hear what you're saying, and they can do that in the right way. I still feel like the MCU should have done that story in the MCU. They should have at least touched on that a little bit, even if it was just as much as they did it in Batman versus Superman with the Batman thing. Even just that little bit would have been very helpful, I think. That's what I think. I'll go see Sonic tomorrow or Sunday. I may go see Sonic. You know, may take the kids to go see it. We'll see. Maybe this weekend. See if the wife wants to go. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure they'll enjoy it. They'll probably have a fun time. I never really played the game that much myself. Anyway, when I was younger, I never really even played the game that much. So I was never really like big into Sonic, but I'll probably go see it. I mean, hell, it's got some good people in there, right? It's got some good people in the movie. We used to call it coronavirus the day after drinking Corona. You would throw up the next morning. Oh yeah, drinking Corona will make you wanna throw up. Wookie says Sprightly is better than Spunky. Oh man, that's good. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel today. So we started off the show talking about, what did we talk about right off the top? I was talking about something. I don't know. I was talking about something, and then we got into the full woke agenda of the MCU. Oh my God, guys, we better look out. Anyway, guys, make sure that you are subscribed and all of that good stuff. Like I said, there's links down in the description where you can go and become a monthly Patreon supporter, get some exclusive content. You can also send in direct donations via Streamlabs, or you can always send in super chats. It's greatly appreciated. And do make sure that you're subscribed. So you know, and click that little bell so you get those notifications. Because don't forget, guys, it's Friday, and that means tonight is the Trailer Park Live. Woo! And we all know how fun that can be sometimes, right, guys? But anyway, you guys all have a good rest of your day. And if you don't make it for the Trailer Park Live, have a great weekend. Make sure you tune in for Saturday's Comics Mayhem show with me and Dylan from Dylan's Comic Book Rants, as well as Chris from Chaos and Comics. And then make sure you tune in on Sundays for the Music Hour. We're going to talk a little bit more about some music this Sunday. You all have a very good day, and we'll see you all in the next video. Later.